Now, going on because this is going to lead into my SmackDown review because SmackDown took place on 9/11. The last time I can remember SmackDown being on actual 9/11, God, because I think that's when SmackDown was coming on Tuesdays, I believe, and it was like a couple years ago when because it went in 2020, I think 2018, 2017 is when when he had SmackDown Live, and it came on SmackDown. It was live again, but then the only time I remember after that was either if they pre-taped it or the one that they had when SmackDown was supposed to be taped that day and 9/11 happened. They had to do it on the actual Thursday back in 2001. Yeah, so.
It's just like I gotta have the biggest first show.
Yeah, you know how Vince is doing, but Vince he be a mark for America. You know how some people be out here, they be like, America, fuck yeah. No, I'm like, Vince, in a weird way, he be all about that. Joe, he is like extreme patriotic.
He be having the Martin Luther King videos on.
I don't get it. I don't get it. He is a Martin Luther King mark. I'm like, what? You say he put him up every year. He be
every Martin Luther King, every anniversary of the "I Have a Dream" speech, and I'll just be like, there.
And he be like, no, you're going down to the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. I'm sending you this year, you. I'm like, whoa, I
and take Mark Henry with you.
It's all. It's like, yeah, he'll drive you. He'll fine. Take market, and then they probably come back like, so what you learned today? It's crazy. But yeah, so SmackDown was during 9/11, and so these are the results. So SmackDown, starts out. We get a little tribute video from 9/11, and then we show the clips from Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, and then so they come out and so to address the because it's Roman's tribal council and everything, and we know that last week Jimmy Uso won the Fatal 4-Way to face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship and Clash of Champions, which we all know this is all a ploy to put Roman over as a heel because he's going to destroy Jey Uso.
Yeah, but I don't think that would make me care though. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, if it's his own, I guess the way they think is like if it's his blood and he beats them down, very bad. It's just like, man, that's your cousin, that's your blood, man. And Roman, I don't care, type of thing like that. He just beat him down.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe just me and I'm ignorant, but like you got a tag team wrestler, like a peer tag, like I don't even know his finisher is type of wrestler, and fighting for the championship. And you tell me that I'm supposed to care because he beat him up? If it was Big E, I can understand because everybody wants Big E in that spot. If he's Big E, he just like takes it away from him real quick and say, nah, you ain't getting no more chances. That would make more sense of him getting heat. But him getting heat for beating up his cousins, I mean, when he was healed the first time, he destroyed them. So, I mean, he destroyed The Rock, too. So, I mean, we really supposed to be caring? Like that?
Well, I mean, look, we gotta see how it plays out because they're trying to build up Jey Uso at least this 1 month because he's never going to see this main event spot again. Okay,
never again.
Never again. Because here's the thing, I like Jey Uso.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't like to be, like I said, ignorant about it begin, but he's like a peer attack. He's not like a Kofi and Xavier Woods to where they both have two different talents. They can do different things. It's like you not only have a brother, you have a twin. Y'all look alike. Y'all do everything alike. So,
like, the Usos work best as tag team wrestlers.
Yes.
And certain things work out that way. Like, if you look at the tag team,
I hate to keep cutting you off, but like, I just can't think of a marquee of like Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, like the like without Usos,
Yeah, like they are the selling package. It's like when the Usos knew they had the Hell in a Cell match. It's like, yeah, for the team, that's something that we want to see. But you know, and first of all, it's also Jay, because Jay is the, you know, the urban youth of the more urban youth of it. Also, opposed to Jimmy. Jimmy got the little bit more charismatic of it and everything like that. So, you know, this man more hood. You know what I'm saying? When Jey Uso, I was like, but everybody knows Jay ain't win a championship. Like I said, this is his only chance to be in the spotlight until Jimmy come back. So they try to make the most of it, and they feel as though because they're blood, but it's like you see it coming. At least with the Big E thing, you probably don't, because it's like Big E got a chance. You know what I'm saying? So, but he comes out and makes his way. He says, you know, he wants to thank Paul Heyman because he gets to compete against his blood, his cousin, for the Universal Championship, and he says that Heyman, he doesn't owe him anything.
Ecstatic.
Yeah, he said all the appreciation should go to Roman when Big E was taken out. It was Roman's idea, just implementing an excuse, a command from his boss, the tribal chief. So he said, Roman says he doesn't have to thank him, their blood, and they have years throughout their family. He's proud of him, and the whole family proud of him. You know, all stuff that show that I kind of care. But then you have Corbin that come out, and Corbin says it doesn't take a genius to figure out that it was all.
I got a question real quick. When is the King gimmick supposed to be over?
You know what? When you win King of the Ring, right? It's like if the King gimmick ain't working, like after 6 months, you gotta drop it. Because look, everybody, it's like this.
Hasn't it been over a year?
It's been over a year. It's been last year he won it. But here's the thing.
I feel like everything Corbin does just doesn't work. Like Constable Corbin did not work. At all.
I ain't like the Applebee's manager. I ain't like Constable Corbin. I'm not a fan of King Corbin. I'm just not a fan of Corbin. Period. So you know that don't help. But when it's like if you're not King Booker, even if you're not King Sheamus, if you're not King Regal, you know what I'm saying. If you're not Jerry the King Lawler, like certain King gimmicks worked, and certain ones didn't. And I'm like. Obviously, you look at some of the best ones, like Booker T's one of the best ones, and the King Booker thing became something to the point where it's like, okay, well, he ran with it, he took off running with it, and they're working. I didn't mind King Sheamus all that much.
Yeah, King Sheamus was solid. I mean, I ain't had no problem with it. Wait, what? Did he like? No, never mind. I'm thinking something.
No, and then I didn't mind. I didn't mind William Regal as the King neither. It fit him. But everybody else, like Barrett,
Regal. I mean, come on now, Regal.
Exactly. Barrett, no, you know what I'm saying. Lesnar.
Barrett, Montreal was supposed to win, and they kind of tried to throw a curveball. Neville was supposed to win and try to throw a curveball. And some people that won it just so they can have an accolade by their name.
Mm-hmm. Well, he said that Corbin comes out and said that it was all a setup. You know, he pulled a few strings to get handpicked, and then he said he don't like nobody walking around abusing their power, being a hypocrite. Sheamus comes out and he has to agree with Corbin, and he said he was a kindly minded. You know, Big E's car was parked and he took an unfortunate spill, and then Jey Uso cuts him off. And then he says, you say something about prepare. So how about this? How about you go against, me and Uso tonight, and we go against y'all. I forgot the joke that he made, which wasn't really that funny. So tonight we get a tag team match between Corbin and Sheamus against Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. I can't even book that match in 2K, okay? Because I wouldn't even want to see that, okay? At all.
Well, as soon as he said, oh, y'all want to prepare? As soon as he said, I was like, Roman is not into this match.
He's not.
Roman is not about to lay a finger on nobody unless it's one move, spear, and that's it.
Yep, and I think I like it. Sami Zayn's in the production trunk asking how AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy is competing for the Intercontinental Championship, which we come back and we have AJ Styles going up against Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship, but Sami Zayn tries to come out and during the introduction say that I am still the Intercontinental Champion because I never lost a championship at all. And then what's the guy then that comes out? Is it Adam something? And then Adam Pearce, yeah. It said we take them to the back. So we have the Intercontinental Championship match between Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. This match doesn't really go too much of anywhere. After Yushikaroshi, Sami Zayn pulls AJ Styles off the apron, going for the final forearm, and throws him into the steel steps. Goes in there and beats up Jeff Hardy, gives him a haluva kick, and Styles was by disqualification. So,
hey, since Sami Zayn been coming back, these haluva kicks have been like the best he's probably ever done on the WWE.
Man, them legs been rested, bruh. Them legs been rested.
The one he hit on, I don't know if it was AJ or Jeff Hardy last week, and they're just standing there, like just standing up, looking at him, and he still hit him. I was like, oh yeah, that was cold.
Yeah, so we know it's going to be a triple threat match at Clash of Champions, which should be an awesome match between all three of them. Of course,
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't think so because looking at Jeff Hardy now, every time he walks, he looks like he's about to die, and I just be feeling sorry for him every match I watch him in.
No, I mean no. He don't walk like that because Matt walk like he ain't got no knees. And,
no, I'm talking about after, like, okay, he walks to the ring, he does his little dun. He walks to the ring, okay, good. He takes one bump, okay, he's okay. Takes that second bump, he's alright. That third bump, he's alright, he's about to die. It's like 3 bump maximum, and he just be out of it.
Well, that's why I said triple threat match. So I think it could really work out, but that's the thing it's building up for at Clash of Champions because AJ Styles in the back is in the back saying.
I ain't gonna even go there.
Where was you about to go?
I was gonna say Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn, or Kevin Owens. But I ain't gonna go there.
Ooh, they ain't gonna go there. That man on the commentary table, that's Raw though. They ain't gonna go there. They not gonna go there. AJ's in the back. Jeff said why he cheated.
Oh, when is AJ leaving?
Oh, leaving? When is he leaving SmackDown?
No, yeah, because I know he don't want to be on there with Paul Heyman on there.
He don't.
I know he don't want to.
I don't know. I need to try to write about the storyline, or did he go back? Oh, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit.
I'm just gonna go to Twitch all day.
Yeah. So we get the clip of what happened with the tag team champions on Raw. So now they're in Cesaro and Nakamura are in their little celebration room, and the Street Profits come in, and then they want to invade SmackDown. So they're getting ready for their match. Nakamura and Cesaro taking on Lucha House Party again. This is not really much of a matchup. Kalisto wins by a roll up after the Street Profits have all these people partying in Nakamura's and Cesaro's area. It gives him the distraction, and then we get a roll up from Kalisto, and that's basically what it is as he's celebrating the lounge.
They should not even be losing at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and as Lucha House Party makes their way in the back to celebrate with the Street Profits back in Cesaro Nakamura's lounge. So we get a segment from the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley that comes out, makes her way down to the ring, holding a steel chair. She sits in there, and she lets everybody know. Everybody wants to talk about what's happening with Sasha. But what about what's happening? Nobody's asking me how Bayley's doing. He said, it makes you feel good to have to take a steel chair to show my best friend. Well, ding dong, yes it did. Every second of it, she says. And then everybody wants answers, but I'm full of questions. And she says, you think I'm some sort of idiot? Do you think I'm so naive? You think, everything that they've been through, who knows Sasha better than her? Nobody. And she said Sasha was waiting for the right time to strike, and she beat her to it. And I was like, you know what? That's not bad because that's the way Sasha character-wise should be or is. So it's kind of like both of them was playing up this facade, and both of them, because Sasha did show cracks in the foundation of trying to wait for her time to strike. So Bayley just beat her to it. So I'm like, okay, you know what?
Or Bayley could have been listening to Corey Graves on commentary for the past 4 years.
Well, that too. That actually too. And then she said Sasha pretended to be her best friend all along, and Sasha was using her. And then she says, well, but once again, Bayley said, I'm using you. She said, I never cared about you. I damn sure don't care about our friendship. I use you every step of the way. Bayley Dos Straps, the first ever Grand Slam Women's Champion. And thanks to Sasha, she is the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. But after last week, she's completely useless to her. So, after Nikki Cross comes out, and Bayley, try to attack Cross with the chair. Number 1 contenders matchup. Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross versus Tamina versus Lacey Evans. I'm like, ill. Don't want to see none of these women going up for the championship. None. So
I didn't know it was bad when I heard the dun dun and then dun dun. So I was like, oh no.
Exactly. I was like, I'm like, hold. Where's Naomi? Something that you could see. This could be something you could put a program. How many times? Okay, let's just jump right to the end. Nikki Cross hits a sunset flip on Lacey Evans and wins the matchup. Okay, first of all, Alexa Bliss was like barely in this matchup. And I think she actually left the match because I wasn't paying attention to the match that much. And the thing is, how many times have we seen Nikki Cross win an opportunity to go against Bayley?
It's got to be at least 3.
It's 3 times. I'm just like, okay, well, what's the story going on with Alexa Bliss? Don't nobody want to see Tamina and Bayley. We already seen that matchup at Money in the Bank, and then it's like Lacey Evans a bit like we don't want to see that. But I'm like, okay, where's Carmella? We ain't using Carmella. I guess she's doing vignettes or something. We'll get to that in a minute. And where's Naomi? You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about the Naomi deserves better type thing, but I'm like...
And it's more than just them, too, though.
I mean, it's plenty of women on SmackDown. Is it? Really? I don't know.
I mean, look, it don't even matter right now. Like, they got Mandy. They can trade people, okay? They can trade Bianca or Nikki. I don't know. Like, they have a lot of women. They just don't use them. They use the same 2 or 3 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just but yeah, Alexa Bliss his sister Abigail. Huh?
Now I was gonna say I'm sure if Asuka would have lost the women's championship for Raw, she would have went to SmackDown a 1-day championship. That's how many, they just do it like that. So yeah.
Yeah, well they need help because I don't want to see Nikki Cross for the 3rd time going up against Bayley at Clash of Champions. So whatever. And she's not gonna win at all. And Alexa Bliss with the sister Abigail to her in this matchup, it's not gonna be anything much on there. So we go to Otis with Tucker taking on John Morrison. The match is really boring to me. It's all about the storyline, the play of what's happening. Miz distracts Otis by stealing his lunchbox. Because last week he stole the Money in the Bank briefcase. This time he stole the lunchbox, but Otis hits John Morrison with the Caterpillar and the Vader Bomb, wins the matchup. They realize when they get back that Otis tells Tucker they may have the lunchbox, Tucker, but they don't have the contract. As Otis has the contract in the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they got his actual lunch. I'm like, well, all this shit sucks. Okay, I'm like, so.
What, does it matter?
It doesn't really matter, but I think
they get the contract, what's going to happen?
I think they're trying to tease a way to get the Money in the Bank briefcase off of Otis.
Well, they're doing a bad job.
Yeah, they are. Okay, there's a female blonde with the heels with a fur coat on. Somebody looked at the tattoo and said, "Oh, that's Carmella." So I guess she's getting a revamp.
That does look like some Carmella would wear.
Yeah.
The fur.
Firefight Fun House comes up, and Bray told him we're going to introduce a new member to the Firefly family, and then because thanks for Reigns, something very special is missing from the Fun House, but everyone's experienced loss. So how you handle it is a thing. So they please welcome Pascal the Preserving Parrot, but he's not in the box, and so they do like a please stand by. Then the Vince McMahon devil puppet comes in, and they introduce to the Fun House the Wobbly Walrus, which is supposed to be Paul Heyman, and he just looks at both back at him and says "Yowie Wowie," and then of course the Vince puppet says it's such good shit. So it's like, okay, nothing really much.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like a SmackDown has been good for the past 2 weeks, but this week wasn't one of them weeks. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Baron Corbin and Sheamus. Jey Uso comes down, but he's like there by himself. He basically is doing this whole matchup by himself, and they're trying to make him look strong. The strongest Jey Uso probably ever looked at all.
It's just so weird to see like the Usos music, the Usos genre, to him just coming down by himself trying to work off of his brother, but his brother isn't there, so it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, they both feed off each other when they both coming out. Now it's just like him by himself, and it just don't look right.
You're right, but it's unfortunate circumstances. Jey Uso does a dive through the ropes to Baron Corbin, and then he super kicks Sheamus, hits the big splash, and then Roman comes out, slowly walks to the ring, softly taps Uso's back. After he does the Uso splash, the referee says he gotta get out. Roman tagged in. He's kind of confused. Roman sits there, hits Sheamus with one spear, pins the win. That's it. So when it comes to the heel Roman Reigns, to the point where it's like, look, I'm not gonna go and put on a whole match. I'm not gonna do any of this. I'm gonna come out when I feel like it. When the moment is right, you're gonna do all the work. If we're gonna be in a tag team matchup or triple threat matchup or whatever the case may be, y'all gonna do all the work. I'm gonna come out, do my stuff, and bounce. And I'm like, that would be cool. I mean, I wish he kind of booked 50-year-old Goldberg like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's been time, I'm assuming, but you know.
Exactly. So that was SmackDown this past week. SmackDown gets a thumbs down for me. It's a forgettable show. It was. I mean, the past 2 weeks were actually pretty good, but SmackDown this week just didn't do it for me, bruh. How about you?
Yeah, I guess a thumbs down. Just a lot of stuff just didn't make sense. So why would you even do that? Put this product on your show, but you know that's like almost every week with any type of WWE product. So I'm not surprised.
Yep. So make sure you guys put how you guys like Friday Night SmackDown and everything like that, and then you guys can watch this review on YouTube or just keep staying here right to the podcast. But always like subscribe and share. Subscribe to NC Studios and everything like that. And once again, NC in place to reach on Mr. A&D, not Deion stands for Prime Time, and we will move on with the podcast.